The Adidas Evo SL is and has been probably the most hyped shoe since its release. A lot of people are saying it's overrated, a lot of people are saying it's underrated. Here's my opinion, and we'll also analyze the shoe and see what it has to offer. First off, I think it is really important to go through the specifications of the shoe. Heel stack, height, drop, and everything you need to know about it compared to other shoes. So the stack height at the heel is 36 millimeters, which is genuinely the sweet spot for a shoe like this. And the forefoot stack right over here is 28 millimeters, which is really similar to the Vaporfly. And both of those measurements tell us that the drop is 8 millimeters. And Adidas has decided to use the Lightstrike Pro foam everywhere on the shoe, just like they do on the really quality shoes, just like the Adios 4, for example. They also use a sliver of this foam on the SL2 alongside the Lightstrike 2.0. Even if it does not have a carbon plate or anything like that, it does have a little plastic thing in the midfoot just to offer a bit more stability, as this shoe is really bouncy and can get a little unstable if they wouldn't have added that little plastic thing right over here. I got it in EU 44 and 2/3, and it was true to size for me. I've got most of my shoes on that size. Also, what we know about this shoe and what you can comfortably see from your first run is that it is incredibly breathable. Also, I left the best part for last. It is incredibly lightweight. 223 grams in, I think, UK 10, which for a running shoe is absolutely insane. Anyway, now we will talk about what I liked and didn't like about the shoe. First off, I think the best part of the shoe is how accessible it is and how much value it has and it offers for the money you spend on it. You can find this as low as 100 euros and even under that, which is crazy considering when it launched, you can only find some of them. It costed, I believe, 150 euros, which was quite a lot. But yeah, it has really degraded in price since, which is the best part of almost any shoe. And also what I like in this sense is that there are a lot of colorways which look absolutely amazing, and you can really personalize this shoe depending on what you like. Another one of my likes for this shoe is that it can handle absolutely anything, from intervals to long runs to easy runs. My foot feels incredible inside of it. I mean, I haven't had any problem since. The only problem some people are reporting are the laces and the tongue, which can slip down. I haven't had any of those problems. It has treated me really well. I have already run a half marathon, which is about the maximum it can handle in my opinion. I wouldn't run marathons in it, but you can do marathon training to, in my opinion, over like up to 30 kilometers, which is an incredible feature of the shoe. But the toe box height is about 28 millimeters, which, as I said, to me is absolutely great. Maybe some heavier runners might have problems with that, but well, you can figure that out if you go to a specific running store, as even though you can find this shoe online for about 100 euros, physical stores still offer it for about 150 euros, which is a really interesting thing. Also, something I love about this shoe is how flexible it is. You can genuinely see that it is not stiff at all. It is really bouncy, really flexible, and it is a really good shoe overall. That's all I have to say about it. And my last like, I think, even though I could talk all day about how much I like this shoe, is its grip, right? Because it has this continental grip, right, which you can see right over here. Whenever you're turning around in it or doing absolutely anything, you actually feel like you are on the ground, even though it has a huge stack height. One of my only dislikes with this shoe is that it is true that the laces are quite bad quality, even though personally that does not affect me, right? But you can genuinely feel that they are like really cheap laces, which is not a problem, again, to me personally. But the problem I actually had, or actually felt, even though it wasn't a huge problem, was that there's a little plastic thing in the inside over here, which over time, if you're running maybe a marathon in it or even more, might cause some harm to your upper foot. It hasn't happened to me, but I felt the little plastic thing which was rubbing my foot over there. As I said, that personally was not a problem to me, but if you are running lots and lots of kilometers in them, that might just be a problem, right? And my last point, comparing it to other shoes, I first like to compare it with some other Adidas shoes, and I think this is just the better version of the SL2, right? You can find it for almost the same price online, and it's just a better version, right? Even though That is a really snappy shoe as well. I love that shoe, right? But this is just that much more comfortable, and you have an easier guide and ride overall whenever you're running it. A lot of people are comparing it online to the Nova Blast 5 or the new Nova Blast 6 maybe. But all I have to say in that regard is that from what I know and from what I've heard online, again, I did not actually test this thing, this one is more durable. Anyway, thanks very much for watching this review. I would like to know what you liked about this shoe, and well, yeah, hopefully I'll see you in my next video. If you like this, don't forget to subscribe. Look at how beautiful this shoe is though. Like, genuinely, it is one of the most beautiful shoes on the market, in my opinion.